Hello everybody, welcome back to Match Reviews. I'm a bit late to the party, but Stranger Things Season 4, the final 2 episodes have come out, and they're almost 4 hours, so here is gonna be my spoiler-filled review of the end of Stranger Things Season 4. So, Stranger Things Season 4 ends with the final 2 episodes. They decided to break the season up into 2 parts, and this was the most epic thing I have seen in so many years. Just the entire final 2 episodes of this show have so much packed into it, and I think that paid it all off. It's some of the best Stranger Things stuff that we've gotten. I would say the best Stranger Things that we've gotten. With all this coming together, Vecna, 11, Hopper, and everybody in Russia. You have like Jonathan, Will, and Mike in like pizza place getting 11 into the brain. You have Max and Lucas. You have so much. This giant show, Stranger Things, cultivating into this epic and giant finale, where a bunch of shows on Disney Plus and like all the Marvel and Star Wars shows have been failing at finales. WandaVision, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel doesn't seem like it's going to have a good finale. And then all these other things, Star Wars, Book of Boba Fett, like all these things with really bad finales, and Stranger Things crushed it. I have been loving every piece of Stranger Things that I have seen, except for maybe some stuff in Season 2 with 8 and the other crime people. But other than that, everything in Stranger Things I have loved. This season was so well done. They pumped so much money into it, and people have been loving it and eating it up, and I have been eating it up too. It is so well done, these final 2 episodes. They're almost 4 hours long, and it's a very long watch, but it is so epic. You have everything going on everywhere, all this stuff, and I feel like they paid it off. Where they leave room, they end it on like a cliffhanger for Season 5, but they still have all those moments where I'm ready for Season 5. All those moments, Hopper and 11 re-meeting, and then you have like the epic finale with Eddie playing puppet masters to distract the bats, and just the deaths, the revelations that we figure out who and what and everything that's going on, and like the fake out death with Max, and just everything works so well. I love this entire season. These final 2 episodes definitely crushed it, where just, man, I wasn't really concerned, but I'm like, are they going to be able to pull it off? And they did. They pulled it off so well. Just to sort of dive into specifics for this season, the ending, you have so much going on, where the first episode is basically 11 getting her powers back and Papa dying. That's the main thing, and then setting up the finale again with everything that we know about Vecna and how he came to be and how he's won and how he's also the blind guy's son and all this, and it's just so well done. You have Robin and Steve doing the thing. You just have so many characters coming and cultivating into this epic finale, and some people think they cheated a bit. It isn't as good as everybody's saying. They're saying it's mid, it's fine, and that they didn't really love it, but I just, like, probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite thing that's come out this entire year, were when they have the moments of payoff. It is so good when they have the music right, when they're playing Running Up That Hill, when they're playing Puppet Master, when they're playing the Stranger Things theme, and you have all these things going on, everybody fighting everything, all these monsters. It is so just epic and just pumping your fist, screaming, yeah, they're doing it. And I watched this episode literally like over a week ago, these 2 episodes, and I still am in just shock and wondering like what is going to happen next. So excited for what's next and just loving it. Like, this show is so well done, and they pumped so much money into it, and it paid off, where you could throw money at a wall and come up with horrible movies. Like, the most expensive movie is Pirates of the Caribbean 4, the worst Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and a pretty bad movie in general. They pumped money into this, and the Duffer Brothers, the actors, the editing, the music, everything worked so well, and I just loved it all. All the performances here are top-notch. Dustin, Will, 11, Hopper, Mike, Lucas, Max, I could go on, are all top-notch. Like, they gave so good performances. Eddie, once again, another amazing character. Probably my favorite character that's just in one season, dies. Eddie's easily my favorite out of those because he was so well done, and I loved everything with him. And the little quirks, how everything ends, like how they ended, like Lucas and Will, and just, I should break this up into parts. So we'll start about with 11, Argyle, Jonathan, Will, and Mike all in a van and sort of just getting 11 into the fight. I enjoyed it. It was one of the not so great parts of this season, where a little part Mike gets to talk to 11 and say, I love you, and gets her to fight Vecna very well. 11 gets her powers back finally after this entire season, and she fully gets them back. You get this just epic shot of a helicopter falling down, and she's just standing there, and it looks so cool. But when they actually get to a pizza shop, they get their stuff. Argyle has a reason, and he's there. I had fun with it. I feel like Jonathan really didn't do much this season. I feel like Will is going to be a huge part of next season, even though in this season he didn't do too much. Mike didn't even do too much. He just gave a pep talk to 11, and then 11 fought Vecna and pretty much lost at the end of the day. All of them lost. And moving on, next part you have Joyce and Murray finding Hopper in Russia, and this is another one of those ones that I was just sort of like, okay, it's there. Yeah, we're going to have somebody go get Hopper, and so it's Joyce and Murray. And I really enjoy Murray every single season that he's there. This was probably my least favorite season with him, but I still really enjoy him. He's pretty much even throughout the entire show, but just being introduced to him is just so fun. And then Joyce trying to find Hopper. She's finally getting somebody back who she's lost because she lost her son, she lost her husband. Jonathan is sort of going crazy now. She lost Will again to the Mind Flayer, and she just had so much and lost so much that it feels right that she gets Hopper, yikes, and him getting out the Demogorgons, the Russians. I thought it was pretty good. It could have been a lot better. Well, I think they executed the best that they could have, but I'm just sort of frustrated with everything with the Russians. It leaves a lot of questions, but it's still very well done. And then the next group of people that you do have is you have Steve, Robin, Nancy, and then in these final 2 episodes going into the Upside Down, and gotta go to actual Vecna and defeat him. You also have Eddie and Dustin doing the rock concert, playing Puppet Masters by Metallica to fight off the, draw the bats away, and I really enjoyed that. You have Erica not really doing a whole bunch in this season, but she's there. You have Lucas and Max, and also, the jock guy who lost Chrissy. And Lucas did such a good job with acting in this season. The kid that played him, just really good. Same with Dustin, just 2 amazing actors right there. Everything with Max in this entire season was so well done, and I loved it all. Where first 2 seasons she was a mid character. Now she's going to like A tier. She was really improved by this season, and what her like after effect with Billy dying and just not really having anybody other than her friends who also are seeming distant. And so just that was really emotional, that right there. What happens with Max? She might be blind for the rest of the season. I think that would be cool if she was actually blind. It'd be something different, because there's been some fake out deaths in like recent things, especially Obi-Wan Kenobi. But in this show, I feel like things have a lot more lasting effect with all 4 of her limbs broken and her eyes. She's practically blind, and then she dies, and then 11 somehow brings her back to life. It was just, okay, Max is still alive. She was probably the second character that I'm like, I think Max might not make it out, but she did, just barely, and it was just so close. And I just loved what happened with her and Lucas, and how Lucas is still there right beside her the entire time. Dustin and Eddie actually dying and saying, I didn't run, and saying, like, you got to take care of him, Dustin. Dustin's, he's improving, and just Dustin is such an amazing character once again. And I love Dustin in this show and in this season, just what happened with him and Eddie. It's so good. Steve, Nancy, and Robin defeating the actual Vecna. They sort of destroyed him quite a bit, but he's still out there. I thought that was nice. The music played. When they played the music and they're fighting Vecna and Lucas is fighting the Jock, and you have Hopper with like a sword fighting a Demogorgon, and then with the happening 11 fighting Vecna in the mind space, in the mind. All that happening at the same time, and the music was swelling. It was just so good. And so just Stranger Things season 4, I loved it. It was one of the best things that I've seen in so long. It has quite a few flaws, but I think this is the easiest 10 out of 10 that I could give out of a new movies it shows from 2022. Like, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'm like, is this really 10 out of 10? Is this a masterpiece? There's a few things where I'm like, sometimes with movies, they really go for it, and same with shows, and you're like, did I 100% buy into that and I love that, or did it just not hit me the same way it hit people? And for Stranger Things season 4, it 100% hit me on all the levels of emotion, of action, of editing, of music, and of characters, of just everything. Across the entire board, it hit all home runs. And I can't wait for season 5. Can't wait to see what they do with the characters. So, we're going to have some Stranger Things content coming up. I'm going to be ranking the seasons and the characters. So you can be looking forward to that. Smash the like button. Braden out.